All right, this is another video about going to college, my story of going to college a little bit, but more so, I'm just wanting to really emphasize, because I went to TCU. My dad went to TCU. Here's his class ring. I'll show you. He graduated a year of 1962. That was a minute ago. I graduated in 1990. That also was a minute ago. Yeah, these used to be blonde highlights. Now they're not. So, the story I want to tell you, because this is important, people still make these assumptions about school and about college because, you see a lot of publicity, you see on television a lot. Football, sports, the Olympics, TCU, Gary Patterson, football coach, all the other sports at TCU. And people just assume things. And I just want to clear the air about something because the truth of the matter is a college like TCU or any of these colleges, really, honestly, I've got to tell you, I applied at many colleges when I was younger and I was accepted at all of them because of my music skills, my music skills. So I want to send this out to you guys, you littles. That's the 4-year-olds or elementary school. I call you littles. You littles. You middle school kids who are kind of going, I don't know. I love music. I hate music. I love to sing. I hate to sing. I'm afraid to sing in front of people. High school kids, I'm too good to talk about this topic, but I've got to plan my future. All of you people, I want to say, if you're good at something besides sports or in addition to sports, I've got a student currently right now who's a great swimmer. Good. You just keep swimming. But understand, if something happens and you're a good musician too, music can also help pay for college. Let me repeat that. Music can help you pay for college. And let me also say, music can pay for your college whether you're majoring in music or not. I will use an example of a friend of mine, Skip Dolt. I'm going to mention his name. Hey, Skipper. He called himself Skipper in college, TCU. He is a dentist down in the Houston area. A very good dentist. You can look him up. You can Google him. Tell him I said hi. We're friends on Facebook. I will tell you. And he's in the Bandsman Hall of Fame because music can pay for more than one thing. I'm going to tell you. I've got a friend down in the Houston area too that was also a trombone player. It's nothing about trombones in particular. I'm just saying, people all over the place. No matter what your major is, if you're good in music, colleges will offer you scholarship money. They will. And if you qualify for financial aid, you will get financial aid. It's just one of those things. You have to apply for it. You have to ask for it. You can't just assume, they're going to find me. No, they're not. You have to go seek it out, find them. I can't figure it out online. It's too much. Well, I know. As an adult, trying to fill out those FAFSA forms for my own daughter, I just about went bald-headed, pulling my hair out and crazy. But I'm going to tell you, I called them. I finally called FAFSA, said, your system sucks swamp water. I can't figure it out. Help. And they helped me. And actually, although I said she doesn't qualify for financial aid, she did qualify for some things. For sure she did. After we looked a little closer at everything. So I've got to say, same thing happened to me, of course. I qualified for a lot more than people thought. And, or we assumed, as I'm saying, my family. You have to ask. But music, and they even increased my scholarship at TCU. I was there. My sophomore year, they raised tuition. And I went to the band director and said, I'm fixing to have to drop out. I just want you to know I really love it here. But the price has gone up and it's already hard enough. And my family is not going to be able to keep this up. And I'm asking you, is there anything you can do to help me? And he not only helped me, he picked up the phone. He said, yeah, we got to keep you. Why did he say that? Was I a straight A student? No. I wasn't, but I was passing my classes. I had A's and B's. I was an A average student, but I did not have straight A's. He picked up that phone straight to the financial aid office, and it was fixed within 5 minutes. Him talking to them, saying, we're going to keep her, we've got to do this. Blah, 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 blah. I didn't even understand what was happening. I'm sitting on the other side just going, I couldn't believe it. And then he hung up. He said, yes, it's going to go into effect later, however he said, later this week. Your parents will get something in the mail, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it was taken care of after that. I just had to keep doing what I was doing. Playing my flute, number one. It had to be in a band, some type of an ensemble, since it was a band instrument. I did band. I also did orchestra later on. So I had to play in a ensemble. And I had to be in marching band. That was part of my requirement, which was fine. I loved all of that. That's what I lived for. Being in band, being in orchestra, loved it. Getting to be in the marching band, twirling with the band. I was a 2-time national champion when I was younger, and I loved every minute of it. Did the same thing through graduate school. It was a different setup then. I also had to work a job they call an assistantship. That was part of the requirement. It was just a job, but it was related to music also. So everything works out. You just have to keep pushing forward and keep looking at where is this going to take me, but at the same token, work at what you're doing now. You don't like the way your scales sound? Work on long tones so every note's pretty. I would do that. Then it sounded great. And that was always part of your test. You know, in college, they had a hat they'd draw out of a piece of paper. Okay, play the A-flat scale, you know. I'd play it, you know, have all these hard songs I'd play. Okay, we've got to do a couple of scales for this jury. Gary Whitman was on the panel. Okay, Gary, let's say, draw out a scale. I mean, the other teachers calling him, I'm sitting there going, oh my God, it's Mr. Whitman, you know. But to them, Gary, draw out a scale. Yeah, okay, chromatic, we need full range, please. And then I'd play it. I was so scared. We were always so scared. But it always worked out, you know. I would get an A on my playing stuff. Now, I was a straight A player because I love performing. I have always loved performing. That's why I did my major on my master's degree in performance, because I love performing, and then I didn't have to write a thesis. That's a whole nother topic. But yes, I was like, okay, I have to prepare recitals. I have to study the pieces. I have to be flawless to make an A. Okay, you got it. I'm not scared. I'm not scared when I have that flute in my mouth. Talking, you can see, sometimes I say things and it didn't come out right. But you put a flute in my face, I'm fine. Put an instrument, see, I just did it. Instrument in my hand, tell me to sing something, I'm fine. Just the way it was. So yeah, just saying, college can help pay for a lot of things. Whether you're a dentist, I have friends that are librarians that used TCU college and other colleges, friends of mine that went other places, as long as they're in the band. That's part of the stipulation to get a music scholarship. And like I say, mine was, they raised it when they raised tuition. They raised my scholarship too. That was amazing. That was amazing. The thing that was amazing about graduate school, I got to say too, is that the band director just kind of lined it up. And it was weird because I didn't stay in his ensemble. In graduate school, I gravitated more towards the orchestral side and was in the orchestra. But again, because I played in an ensemble, it still just carried over. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic experience. Go Frogs. So once you figure out what I did and you try to find that path, you too will be very loyal to a college, I can imagine.